Hello, Spurs fans. Paul the Hotspur hippie. Oh, my hair's all wild, isn't it? I've been out for a walk, and it's getting a bit nippy. Sun's gone past its peak, so got home. Mate's gone out, so I was a bit bored. So I thought I'd just come on and talk shit. Really, nothing much to say. Probably a terrible time to stream as well, because middle of the night in England, and just as my little music thing was playing, I just found an interview with Ange Postecoglou at Lord's Cricket Ground, and I haven't got through it all, but I don't want to play it because of copyright and all that sort of stuff, you know. But something interesting he said, and I did notice it myself in the warm up to the second test. You know, about 10-15 minutes before the game was starting, the English cricketers were out kicking football around, and me and my mate are just looking at each other, shaking our heads. You know, what are they, why are they kicking a football around? You know, while the Aussies were, you know, practicing catches, and Ange just mentioned it there. Just mentioned it. He just mentioned it quickly. He said, because I think the interviewer just asked him, you know, do you practice with cricket or something when you're doing football? He says, oh no, that wouldn't go very well. He said, but looking out there, seeing them practice with the football, I'm not sure about that either. So, you know, I was just watching it. I was nearly all the way through. But there we go. Now, I did see an article on. Now it's gone, isn't it? Of course, it's gone. Of course, I did have an article lined up. Oh, bloody hell! But it's disappeared now. Hang on. There's something on Football London, and I hadn't read it, but I just thought I'd have a quick glance through, see if I can find it here. Football London. Oh, don't take me to your Facebook page. Can't I just click that? Where was it? Oh, here it is. So I haven't read this, so I'm just going to speed read it. But the headline is, Football London, Ange Postecoglou's unusual but effective technique already having an impact on Tottenham players. So I'm just going to scan down and see if there's anything interesting. Doopy. So it's what James Maddison said. We've done that to death. Same with Vicario. Let's have a look. I was got a quote. I've heard Postecoglou say that this is an old quote, I think, but he said this is Ange's words that are being quoted here. If you talk to all of the players that I've coached over the years, they'll probably be consistent in saying that they've never had a conversation of longer than a minute with me in the whole time. It's just me as a person. I'm not a great social sort of beast in life in general, in terms of particularly my professional environment. I've heard him say that before, which is why I've been saying that he's not really, you know, people saying he's a bit of an arms round the. I actually heard what journalist did I hear say that he was a real arms around the shoulder kind of manager, and I'm thinking, no, mate, you're wrong now. I think it was Sammy Mockbell. He was saying he was a bit more in the Poch mould, and he's like, it's not like he's a keep your distance, you know, bugger, but he knows the time and place to talk to players, you know. Over the course of time, what I think happens is that players and staff kind of understand that it's just me, and they know that I treat everyone the same. They know I do care about them, and I care about them in my own way. When critical times come, I've got their back, and I take that responsibility. After a while, I think they appreciate that, and they understand that, okay, there's no favoritism here. He treats everyone the same, whether it's the president or chairman of the club or the boot man, or the first player on the list or the last player on the list. I've always worked that way. It's what you bloody want, isn't it? Yeah, this is just quoting an old interview, though. I don't know. I think this was when he was at Celtic, so it's a bit of recycling, but, you know, a few words there from Ange is always nice to see, isn't it? Who we got in the chat here? Duncan the Fiery Hotspur. Howdy, Paul. Hello, man. Oh, I was off to Bunnings, you poor bastard. I was off to Bunnings, but it looks like I'll put that off to catch up with the hippie. Any excuse to get out of that, man. Oh God, I remember those days of going to Bunnings. Bloody hell, what a slog! And you can never find anything there. And last time I was in a Bunnings, it was a few years ago, and I was looking for something. And you got to wait until you hunt down one of those people in the dungarees. And I said, "Have you got this thing?" I can't even remember what I was looking for. And she said, "Haven't you got eyes?" I'm fucking sorry for asking. Oh dear, I like old school hardware shops.
Lovely. Thank you for joining in.
I like old school hardware shops. I think Bunnings has just become, it's become the Coles, Woolies kind of big corporate thing. They try and make themselves out to be looking after the common man and all that, but they're just another corporation. And they're too big to bloody find anything. Now, I did have a couple of bookmarks here while we're here. Oh, we've got a few joining. Just to let you all know, this is a spur of the moment stream. I've just been out for a walk this morning and got back to my mate's place. He's gone out to do some other stuff, so I was a bit bored. I thought I don't really feel like sitting down and watch TV. I'll just switch this on and talk, crap mainly centered around about Tottenham, but we'll see how we go, eh? One thing I wanted to plug this guy actually. So you might have seen him crop up on various channels. Let me see if I can get the link up. Brad Matthews. Of course it doesn't. There we go. And he's, he just puts his own music together. And I think it's jolly nice. Oh, I haven't subscribed with my Hotspur Hippie account. I better do that. There we go. And, if you just want to see a guy enjoying himself, writing some music and rocking out, he's a true blue Spurs fan. And, go over and give him a like and a subscribe. I reckon he's a nice guy. I'll just copy that. These things always come out a bit weird when I do it. So I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. I'll have to test it. So I'll just post that in there. And, I hope that works. But I'll just type it in here, what his channel name is, because he's done a wise thing and chosen something that's easy to find. And I just kind of like it. He said, it's a man after my own heart. I make a bit of music from time to time with my friends. It's a really fun thing to do. It's not something to, no dreams of stardom or anything like that. But it's very, it's a very, it's a nice way to release a bit of your inside out. So go over there and give him a bit of love. And I'm just looking out the window there. There's a big, there's a huge old bird there, but it's a bit boring. If I see something interesting, I'll look for kangaroos. Sometimes you get parrots and rosellas and stuff, and they're pretty cool to look at. So if I see anything, I'll put it on because it is quite colourful. It's a big bugger, that thing. I don't know what it is though. It's not very colourful, so I'll leave it alone. And I can always use my phone to do it as well and things like that. But now and then you get nice coloured birds walking past. But there you go. Yeah, it's Blue Sofa song. That's always worth a listen. I quite like his music as well, because there's emotion in it. And because I'm an old fart, I don't know if it's because I'm old and times have just changed beyond me, but I find like a lot of modern music hasn't got enough emotion in it really. It's a lot of sounds and things like that. Whereas you can tell when someone's putting a bit of meaning in it, even if it's not professionally recorded or whatever. It can still sound really good. Now, is there anything else I had on my bookmarks? All right, my mate might call and say he's coming back soon, so I will end it when I go there. Hang on. I don't think there was much else I had, so I'll just retweet that. So THFC Till I Die was giving Brad a thing. I'll just type these in because I keep buggering it up. This is another. I'll go through a couple of channels I like. Maybe some of the smaller ones that you might not have seen so much. So there's this one. I'll see if I can get a link up for that. Oh, I suck. I suck at this. Oh, there they go, over 1,000 subscribers. Oh, good on you, Dermot. Brilliant, man. Brilliant. Oh, but it's funny because I usually look at my full data account and I'm just seeing that. Whoops. I'm just seeing that when I'm logging in with my Hotspur Hippie account, I'm not subscribed to some of these channels. So there you go. There's THFC Till I Die. That's a good old channel as well. There's a few come to mind, or if you've got any channels yourselves or whatever, just plug away, man. Plug away, bugger it. Okay, so who have we got here? We've got Craven. No, nearly, nearly got me, man. That was funny. Oh, if my brain was a fraction slower. Excellent. Mr. Moorcock. Paul, did you see Andrews at the cricket yesterday? Yeah, just as I saw photos of him, and just as I was starting the stream today, when I had the countdown on and I was looking through Twitter, I saw an interview with him, which I nearly got to the end of, but I didn't want to carry on playing it. It's on. I'll retweet it. Hang on, I'll retweet it. I've lost it already, haven't I? Haven't I? Dude, come on, man. I've lost it already, haven't I? It's probably on TMS, BBC Test Match Special. But there was an interview with Ange, and but he's mainly talking about cricket growing up, because cricket's always the summer sport here, like a lot, like England as well. So it doesn't matter what you're playing in the winter, whether it's football or rugby or rugby league. Quite often you'd be playing cricket in the summer. I remember that's what we did when I was at school. Remember one game, no one could get me out, and so the PE teacher took the ball, and God, he tried to take my head off, but I hit him over the fence, and he said I was out because I hit it over the fence. Bloody arsehole. That was my one moment of cricketing glory. One moment, but all you need is one, one. Here's Wayne Bonner. Hello, happy Ange Day. Happy Ange Day. I wonder what the media people have got in line for us. Is Ange going to make an appearance? Is he not? I don't. Who knows, man. It's a Saturday, and I think a couple of people. When I was having a stream this morning, a couple of people was sort of the opinion that there's not going to be like a press conference or anything like that. Which and I'm thinking, I can't remember Conte or Mourinho doing one, but I can't remember yesterday. So, but they're probably right. But I'm just wondering, was that maybe more to do with the manager, or is that what Tottenham's policy is? We just got to wait until things are happening, maybe pre-season when they're flying out to Asia and Perth. We'll definitely hear from him then. I'm hoping we hear something. It'd be nice, I think a lot of people, a lot of fans just want to know more about him, which is fair enough. I think a lot of Spurs fans now have done their homework and seen, what Ange has talked about and done in the past. But we really want to hear about his plans for Tottenham, don't we? What's he aimed to do at Spurs? That's what I want to hear. So, but he'll do it in his own time. He'll do it at the right time because he's Ange Postecoglou. Jason, nice to see you, man. Not to derail. I'm all for derailing, man. Derail away. Who cares, man? Not to derail the conversation, but it looks like Longley is coming back. Yeah, I saw there was flickerings of that, wasn't there? Not sure how I feel about it. I'm a bit, on the one hand, I suppose it's cheap, But that, I mean, that's about the only upside, isn't it? It's not, you know, I'm not thinking, you know, it's cheap and, you know, it's good to have him as a backup. I don't know, man. I'm still waiting for that bit of centre half magic to come through the door. You know, whether that's going to happen this summer or not, I don't know. Who knows? I think if it's just Longley, I think I'm going to be a bit underwhelmed. What did you say? Not sure how I feel about it. Yeah, I'm not sure either, man. I'm not sure. I think from what I saw as well, weren't Barca trying to charge a shitload for him as well? Let's have a look here. What's the latest here? Oh, people are talking about amortization. God, that brings me back to my accounting days. Fuck's sake. Some people are saying, well, this is a couple of days. Some people are saying Tottenham are interested in re-signing Longley. Oh, last word on Spurs. Here we go. Tottenham Hotspur have reached an agreement in principle with FC Barcelona for the permanent signing of Clément Longley, or Clément Longley. It looks like he's got an accent over his A. Doesn't say anything about price. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. I think you're right, Jason. It is a weird one, isn't it? The problem I had with Longley, like, I think he's a better defender than Dyer. And look, we're playing 4 at the back, so I mean that is a bloody good. I can't wait to see 4 at the back, man. I know we did a bit of it with Ryan Mason, and it was like a breath of fresh air, even though you know, it still wasn't tremendous football, but there were moments where it actually looked like Tottenham football. You know, moments. It was nice to finish the season off with a trouncing of Leeds that had no hope of doing anything at all. So you know, playing just 2 at the back. You know, is Longley better than that? Better at that? See, this is what the 3 at the back thing. I see it as a bit. I see it, and I'm, you know, I'm not a footballer or anything like that. But I'm just. This is what it strikes me as being. It's just because you're talking about 5 at the back with three centre halves. It strikes me as being a little bit confusing. You know, when you've got 2 in the middle, it's easier, I think, to define who's going for what and who's like looking after what area on the pitch. When you've got 3, it just seems that guy in the middle, I don't know, it would confuse, you know, who's going to go for what. There was something that Steve Perryman talked about on one of his podcasts. I don't think he wasn't specifically talking about this, but he did talk about it was a good technique for a footballer to have. He might have been talking about Lucas Moura's goal against Leeds, actually, about running the ball between two players. And Steve was saying, because if you run it through 2, you know, each of them is going to be thinking, am I going for it or are they going for it? And if you get it right, you've just taken 2 players out of that phase of play, you know. And I think you're more likely to have that problem when you've got 3 at the back. I don't know what Leeds were playing now. I mean, they were playing like 12 dustbins at the back in the end of it, weren't they? But when you've got 3, you've got 2 of those gaps happening. Who's going for the player? So, you know, is Longley better in a back 4? I don't know. He just didn't look quick enough. That was my main thing about him. I think, you know, he seemed to have a pretty good attitude. He tried. He put some tackles in, but at the end of it, he did get out sprinted. Now, I mean, that didn't cost us a huge amount of goals. Admittedly, I'm really thinking of one, and I think it might have been against Leicester City. Maybe that's not going to happen all the time. So I don't know, man. I think I'd be a bit underwhelmed if Longley was it, just like last summer. You know, it was like Groundhog Day again, isn't it? Where we were all wanting. I mean, we've all been wanting the defence to be beefed up for years, but Longley was kind of a stopgap, wasn't he? He was a stopgap until this year when we were supposed to be having Bastoni and all these other players. But you know, as a backup, I don't know. It's okay, I suppose. You know, I mean, I suppose if you think about it, if we're not getting anyone in, or even if we do get in, so if we get in a Tapsoba or a Van der Ven or someone, we still need two backups, don't we? And who have we got at the moment? Well, no one. That's why we've got to sign bloody centre back. So, having Longley and Dorrington as backups isn't a bad move. It's hard to say, man. Hard to say. I can understand fans having strong feelings about this. It's like underwhelming or whatever. I don't know if I'm quite really disappointed with it, but I get it if people are. Duncan the Fiery Hotspur saying Barcelona desperate to unload Longley, 5 million. Well, yeah, I suppose it's all right, isn't it? I don't know. Don't ask me for something. I can be an opinionated bugger, at times. But this is like I don't know. I think it really depends if we get someone else as well or not. Get Tapsoba and Van der Ven. Oh, Wayne. I like the way you're talking here. And then promote Dorrington, yes. Now, Plascozzi, I haven't seen much of him. I can't remember seeing much of him, Wayne. But you seem pretty you seem pretty happy with him. I'm definitely happy with Dorrington. I reckon he could get some minutes straight away. Really, the way he's playing. He looks like a fit, fast little bugger. Not little bugger. How tall is he? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at SofaScore. Let's see how this rubbish statistical website rates a player like Alfie Dorrington. Will he be on there? Yes, there he is, under 21. Let's bring him up, Let's bring him up. Oh, hippie, come on, you can do it. You can do it. There we go. So what are we looking at here? Football League trophy. That doesn't really tell us anything, does it? Does it? Nah, not a lot. It doesn't show youth ratings. But even so, I'll take this as a positive. He's passed one of my tests here. He's just a shade worse than Eric Dyer statistically. But the margin of error, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Margin of error. It's only a couple of games. How tall is he? We don't know. He's only 18, is he? I thought he was 20. I thought he was bloody hell, man. He played he played older than an 18-year-old, man. I think he's ready. Man. He's ready. Get in there, son. Get in there. And who's the other one you mentioned there, Wayne? Let's have a look at him. Plascozzi. See if there's any info on him. Is it Arthur Plaskovsky? Plaskovsky? No. Have you spelled that right? Have I spelled it right? Plaskovsky. Maybe if I just see. Yeah, not even listed. Okay, so it doesn't do youth. So there you go. There we go. That's the end of the in-depth Alfie Dorrington Plascozzi analysis. But no. Okay. Back to what Wayne's comment here. To the first team's squad, no need to waste money on Longley when we've got kids ready to step up. I mean, yeah, I think that's a point as well, man. If we get Tapsoba, I don't know if we'll get two of those. Though. I think you dream. Well, not dreaming a bit. It's all right to dream. You're aiming high. Wayne, which is the Bill Nicholson way. Aim high. Aim so high that it's better to fail aiming high than succeed aiming low. And at Tottenham Hotspur, we set our sights so high that even in defeat there is within it an echo of glory. So aim high, Wayne. But if we got one of those, say if we got one of those, just a Tapsoba or a Van der Ven, then would we, is Longley not a bad move? I'm still saying, if you're saying Plascozzi, I want to know more about Plascozzi though. There he is, Maxim Plascot-G. Plascot-G. I'm not sure how you pronounce the S in Estonian with that accent above. Apologies if I'm getting that wrong. So he's 20. Okay. So let's have a look at this. If I find anything interesting, I'll bring the screen up. He's 20 years old. Okay. Accept all cookies. Fuck you, no. Fuck off. He's 20 years old. Okay. And has he got Estonian caps? Has he? He's not an international. No way, is he? Oh well. So I'm just seeing if there's. Okay, he's had a cap for Estonia. Okay, I like the sound of that, man. I like the sound of that. I don't care what country it is. You know, that's good. That's good. Right. Okay. All right, I'll do you a deal, Wayne. How about we get Van der Ven, promote those two, and then we don't need Longley. How about that? Because that's quite a lot of coverage, isn't it? Quite a lot of coverage. Duncan the Fiery Hotspur. Looks like Dyer and Longley will be bench warmers next season. Mickey Van der Ven is close to coming. Have you got your ear to the wall? You know, your nose to the grindstone, shoulder to the wheel. Where are we hearing this from, Duncan? Is there some more news coming out? But I think that's an exciting. I mean, look, if we get Mickey Van der Ven, Van der Ven, I'll have to find out how to pronounce that name. Any Dutch people out there, let me know. I think he's Dutch. Don't tell me he's Belgian. Don't want to get that wrong. You know, I think that's a pretty damn good window, man. That's not a bad window. So we've got a centre back, a goalkeeper, a creative midfielder, and we've signed Kulu. You know, that's looking all right, man. Wayne Bonner, Jacob at United Spurs of America pulled up a tweet about Saudi League. Oh, get out of here, man. Get out of here. That'd be nice, eh? Let me have a look. Eric Dyer. I'll bring the tweet up on the screen, but I can't be bothered. I don't know how to log into Twitter on this thing. Okay. Saudi Arabian league clubs. Who's this? Who's this person? Is that reliable? I'm trying to find a reliable, you know, someone who's got a load of followers at least. I'm just having a look here. Bear with me. Yeah, I'm not. Who's this? I don't know. I don't know the sources of these tweets. You know. Who's this guy? Oh, he's a big global transfer expert, Ekrem Konur. So this tweet by this person here. This person here has retweeted it. Hotspur Reports. So I don't know if Jacob got it from this guy. But it says Saudi Arabian league clubs are monitoring the situation of 29-year-old English defender Eric Dyer. And look, he must have got a paper cut there, because I've never seen him look like that before. Little paper cut, you know. Maybe he's doing his shoelaces up, and you know, a bit of the plastic went under his fingernail or something. You know, I've never seen him that fired up before. But that'd be all right. Imagine that. Imagine that, getting money for Winks and Dyer. And that would make it, you know, my transfer window, I've only been talking about players coming in, but if we get money for Dyer and Winks, rock on Tottenham, man. Brilliant. Mr. Moorcock. Oh, all right, I'll say it. Craven Moorcock. Oh, dear. Ange loves the same centre-back pairing to help with consistent performance. Yeah, I'd agree with that. He doesn't like chopping and changing centre-backs. Oh, yeah, I definitely agree with that. And he stuck with old Starfelt and Cameron Carter-Vickers. I think Cameron Carter-Vickers did cover Starfelt's arse quite a lot at Celtic, but he stuck with them. You know, I think that's a very good point, man. So really, we still need that extra signing then to make it stable, don't we? Hey, Ribsy, nice to see you, man. Big Ange Postecoglou. I feel I've got a new dad. Yeah, it's happy days, man. Happy days. Ribsy, I'm not that opposed to Longley. He held his head up, wasn't perfect, didn't disgrace himself. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Like he wasn't Dyer-esque, was he? Let's face it, he wasn't that bad. He was better than Dyer and Sanchez. So, you know, but I think just the way I feel about it is just not good enough. Not his fault, but just not good enough. But he did score a goal at Marseille that got us somehow in the top of the Champions League group. Him and Højbjerg banging one in the second half. God, those were the good old days. Remember the good old days last season where we'd like turn up for half a match? You know, that was the thing. Are we going to play well in the first half or the second half? It's not going to be 90 minutes. It's going to be bloody 90 minutes now. That's what it is going to be. And it's going to be more fun. Obviously, if we get better and there isn't space in the squad, then no. But those kids don't take registration slots. I don't know how registration slot. I don't know how all that works, man. Don't know how all that works. Wayne Bonner. I'd be happy with one of them and Longley as long as we promoted from within to the first team squad. Time to give our youth. Oh, right. Okay, we've compromised, Wayne. Okay. Put it there, son. Put it there. That's a good. It's not bad. That one of those, and a Longley, and Dorrington and Piscozzi. Sounds all right to me too, man. Sounds all right to me too. He's only able to play in Longley. He's only able to play in England because of those caps. No way he gets a permit without. Are we talking about? We're talking about Longley there still, are we? Yeah, I hear you, Wayne. Yeah, it's a balance. It's a balance. Perth. Are you going to Perth, Paul? No, I'm more worried about eating food and paying my bills at the moment, man. Perth is a pipe dream, man. I would, if I had money, obviously I would, but no. But apparently, someone told me this morning, and I'm just going to check this. Oh, I won't check it now. But the pre-season Tottenham games are going to be shown on free-to-air, one of the free-to-air digital channels over here. So I'm really happy about that. Really happy. At least I'll be able to watch them, and I won't have to go to some dodgy, you know where I'm talking about, these sites, because I don't like doing it. A couple of seasons ago, when I could, I had all the subscriptions. It worked out to be $1,000 a year, pretty much for to watch all the Tottenham's games on the TV. Which, I mean, it's a rip-off, isn't it? Really. Luckily, Tottenham gets knocked out of cups early, so that saves you a bit of money. That's assuming you've got to have all these for the whole year, which you don't. So that's all right. Fair enough. No worries, man. Oh, well, it's I just came on for a spur of the moment stream, really. No news, no nothing. So if anyone wants to go off on any tangents, talk about any old shit, I'll keep going. But if we're all drying up, that's all fair enough. That's all fair enough. We can always leave it for another time. But I'll just have a quick look here and see if there's anything else here. I'm looking at why am I looking at my own Twitter feed? I'll just have a look here. Just any more Tottenham shit. Oh, what time is it now in England? Oh, it's only 4:20 in the morning, isn't it? So there's not going to be a lot happening. But when there's deals and money to be made, the world's everyone's up 24 hours, aren't they? I wonder if I'll just see if there's anything on Spurs official. Yeah, a little bit of James Maddison joining, and Venom Vicario, bloody great. Tom did a jobs fair. That's a cool thing to do. Well done, Tottenham. Hope that works out for people down there, because I know I go on about how I'm struggling, but I'm not the only bloody one. There's a lot of crap going on in the world, isn't there? Oh, hey, Jacob. So you're finding information, you're finding news that Eric Dyer might be a little wormed. Not worm. A little birdie tells me. Sorry, mate. Worm. Little birdie tells me that you're seeing some news about Eric Dyer being headhunted. It's probably not the best word to use for Saudi Arabia, but sought out by Saudi Arabia, which would be pretty cool, eh? Pretty cool. I'm just laughing, but that that's a bit sad, isn't it? Because then your two foes have gone, and we've actually managed to offload them for money, both Winks and Dyer being sold. I mean, talk about global financial crisis. The whole world's just gone upside down. It's all gone out of madness, isn't it? It's just this. We live in very crazy times. If people are willing to buy players like that, I keep saying it. Oh, here we go. You've sent me through. Thanks, man. Thanks. Oh, okay. Yep. I did a search, and that was the dude I found, man. Yep. Thank you very much, Jacob. This guy here. Saudi Arabia clubs monitoring the situation. Isn't that nice? Oh, he's pointing in this one. I'll show you the one. I found one with him like shouting. I thought he got a paper cut. There we go. That's Eric Dyer's natural stance. He's probably just let someone go around him and shoot. And he's pointing at Romero. That's Eric Dyer for you in his natural habitat. Yeah, I saw he had a lot of followers. That guy. It'd be nice. Oh, wouldn't that be sweet? It's a big head to hunt, at least. Well, I was chatting to my mate who speaks a bit of Balkan lingo. There's a brand of cheese over here called Badala, and in Croatian or Serbian, Badala also means sort of idiot. So if we're calling him cheesehead, we call him Badala head, then Mile will have something to say about it. Let's see what Mile says about it. So Mile, are you around, mate? Let's have a look. Dyer! You bloody Badala! Stop pointing! Run! Tackle! Why aren't you tackling Eric Dyer? Why aren't you tackling? That's what we're going to have. Not what we're going to have. That's what we've got. That's what we've got right now. He's in. We have got Mile Jedinak in. I'll just hang on, I'm just farting around with the heater. Because I've got about 10 layers on after my mountain walk today. So, getting hot. Dyer going, man. Let's have a look. What else is happening? Let's have a look for Spurs. I'm just doing a really professional stream here, Jacob. I just got a bit bored. Thought I'd come on, have a chat. Don't know how long ago. I'll probably wrap up soon, actually. I'm so useless. See, this is where you young kids have got the advantage on me. You can just go clickety, click, click, click. Then you've got it all ready to go. Whereas me, I'm just doddery. I'm doddery. I click the wrong things and then things move. And okay, Tottenham. Let's have a look. What's the latest? So someone saying Destiny Udogie is officially a Tottenham player. Was that ever in doubt at one point? Then we've got people slagging off Eric Dyer. Lucas Moura has finally gone. A bit mixed feelings about Lucas. He did give us one of the best moments I can remember in recent years as a Tottenham fan. The rest of what he did, wasn't necessarily his fault. You know, I think he had a really good attitude. He did cost us 3 points at the end of the season, unfortunately. But good luck to him. Good luck to him. He seems like a nice guy. Who's this? Tottenham Maskey. I want to follow this guy. I already am, because he's saying Happy Ange Day. Look at this. Happy Ange Day. That's the good dude there. Where is he? Tottenham Maskey. Look at this. Look what he's done here. He's got the Celtic fans. Bit of Ange. It's Tottenham. He's at Tottenham now. Mickey Hazard. What's he saying? Yeah, I've done that one. Here's an interesting question. If I knew how to do a poll, I'd do it. I think I know what the response would be, though. A Twitter account called the Spurs Watch is saying, would you be in favour of terminating Eric Dyer's remaining contract at Tottenham? He's only got 12 months left, so it wouldn't be that much, would it? Let's see. I'll just see if I can get a gist of the reply. No, people want him. What? I have slipped into a parallel plane of existence. I can't believe people are sticking up for Eric Dyer. What? He's an England international. What? No. Come on, people. We've got to let him go. No, I'm fucking Twitter. Ribsy, going to be a London holiday in a few years after after Big Ange does the triple. Yeah, why stop there, man? Quadruple. Why not go up one? You know, God, my ears are all over the place. Why not aim even bigger, mate? The quadruple. You know, okay, I'll try and be realistic, because every close season, I always think we're going to win the league. And I know there's people out there that don't like that sort of happy clapping stuff, but you're this Hotspur hippie, you know. That's what I am, you know. I like to try and be positive about my football team, unless they really punch me in the face like they did last year or the last 4 years. You know, I'm trying to build myself up. It's just, I'm getting all Rocky Balboa'd. All right, what are we going to do? Okay. All right, what would I be content with? Let's split it up. What would I be content with, and what do I think we're actually going to do? What I would be content with is football that puts a smile on my face. Not too worried about league position, you know, as long as we're playing some nice football, because it's hard to predict the league. You might have there might be a couple of teams that come good. There might be a couple of teams that you expect to come good and they drop off. You know, like a couple of years ago when everyone was like, it's going to be Manchester City or Liverpool. And Liverpool dog shit last year. So, you know, league's hard to predict, isn't it? And I don't think, and no one predicted Arsenal to, you know, pretend to be title contenders at one point. So the league I'm not really too fussed about. You know, so long as the league position doesn't jeopardise Ange's position, you know, come March next year. If we're like ninth or something like that, and it doesn't look like we're going to get into Champions League, I really don't want to pull the trigger on him unless we are genuinely falling to bits, and everything I've said I believe about Ange just doesn't work out. I can't see that happening though. I just can't see that. But that's only the only really league position that would worry me, if it puts his job in jeopardy. And it'd be nice to sort of, you know, go deep in a cup. Maybe I'm not saying win one, but at least be a bit competitive, because sooner or later you're going to run up against Man City or a team one of the teams that happens to be good next year. I hope that might be us. I don't know. That's what I would be content with. Football put a smile on my face. I mean, that's what it's like every year, really. Where do I genuinely think that we will end up? You know what? I think we could genuine. That's what I'd be happy with. what do I think where do I think we could potentially get to? I think we could look at an FA Cup, and I think Champions League definitely. And who knows? It depends what's happening. It depends what's happening. You know what teams at the top two tables are. You know, if it's one of those years where you've got to win, where you've got to have 99 points to be Premier League champions, then you know it might be looking at third or fourth, something like that. If it's one of those years where it's 85 points, which can happen, you know, we might be even as high as second. You know. But I think that's just the first year. I think with more years, I think we're going to definitely turn into some contenders, man. I really do. Daniel Cowboy, hey, for South Africa. How did the last two managers make you as excited as that? No fucking way, man. No. Right, well, when Jose Mourinho came in, man. Hang on, sorry, I should read out the comment because some people are listening to this. Hi from South Africa. Did the last two managers make you as excited as Ange when they came to Spurs? Hell. No. So when Mourinho came in, we just sacked Conte. We just sacked Poch, and I thought he was very badly treated by the club. You know, we didn't buy a player for 3 transfer windows. We were playing away from, we were playing at Wembley, and I understand. I understand it if because we were building a new stadium, money was a bit hard to come by. I get that. I'm prepared to wear that. But you don't let a manager go. You don't put that. That's not the manager's fault. But our owners saw it differently because they thought there was no. Because they don't get football, man. That's what it comes down to. They just don't understand football. There's glimmers of this kind of football director stuff is starting to happen in rugby league over here, and it isn't working. It's plainly not working. Where you've got a coach and someone else that's looking after recruitment. Hopefully Ange won't have that problem at Spurs. Just excuse me 1 second, I've got to blow my nose. So I'll put this on mute. So I was quite sad when Poch left. And Mourinho, I wasn't excited by it because it's not Tottenham's brand of football. He just he'd had a rough old time at Manchester United, but I was still slightly excited because I thought he was still a good manager. And then we got rid of him. When Conte came in, I was probably more excited than Mourinho because my perception was that Mourinho played really boring football and Conte's football was a little bit more exciting, and I turned out to be completely wrong about that. But I was excited about Conte for a bit, and especially the way we finished 2 seasons ago. I was excited then, and I was thinking, okay, now's the time we could push on, and it just went all to shit. And I don't like the way I really thought Conte didn't do us very well last season. He blamed everyone except himself, and when he started blaming the fans, that's where you've got to go, man. You can't blame the fans. I don't think fans go out of their way to be, look, put it this way, people go to football to enjoy themselves, don't they? And you're paying good money to support your team, and you can accept if you win or lose, but you want to I'm sure you want to feel that money you've spent has been worthwhile. It's like been a fun activity to do. It's been entertaining. And if you're not getting that week after week, and it looks like there's very little effort being put in by the players, and you're not treating some competitions very seriously, and then you're doing bewildering substitutions and things like that, I think fans have got every right to either be silent or boo or do whatever they want to do, because you know, for a lot of people, Tottenham is their life. You know, I'd say I was one of them. You know, it's a very important thing to me. So I didn't really like the way Conte went at all. And as time goes on, I look back at it, you know, I think I sort of question myself. It's like, how did I back the guy so much when it went so badly? It's like one of them things, isn't it? You know. But as for Ange coming in, man, I look super excited. I first saw him when he had that ding dong with Craig Foster when he was Australian youth coach. Don't get me wrong, I didn't think he'd be ready for Tottenham manager back then. But as Ange progressed in his career, I started thinking about him as Tottenham manager more and more and more. It was really when I saw what he did at Celtic. I mean, I always knew he was a good manager. I always knew that, but it was the way he brought all the fans together and played some astonishingly good football. And I know people say it's a two-horse race up in Scotland and all that crap. But mainly people who don't watch Scottish football are the ones that bag it, because I really quite enjoyed watching Celtic and watching a bit of Scottish football. I thought it was great, actually. A lot more passionate than the English game a lot of times. And, you know, there's winning a league and there's winning a league, and Celtic just absolutely fucking smashed Rangers and the rest of them all year, you know. So, but it was when I thought he'd do well at Celtic. I did, because I knew he was a good coach. So I started getting on the, you know, I started watching a lot of Celtic fan channels, because to see the bewilderment and who's this Australian and all that. And I was thinking, no, he's going to do really well for you. But the way, just the atmosphere that was created at Paradise was something else. And the more I was watching that, man, and the more I was seeing how shithoused we were going at Tottenham, and the atmosphere was shit. I couldn't hear the crowd on the TV or anything like that. Then I'm watching you guys having just a party for 2 years. That's when I was really thinking, fuck, we've got to get Big Ange in. Big Ange, you know, he could do this at Tottenham. I know, not without a doubt. So I was just looking through, you know, my old tweets and messages to people, and the first concrete proof I have of wanting Ange in was back in February, and my first tweet about it was 24th of March. I said, "There's that," because they were talking about Tuchel and all that. I said, no, it's got to be Ange Postecoglou. So to answer your question in a very long roundabout way, because I am vamping in case I get a few more comments to talk about, man, you know, is I am as excited. This is the most I've been excited about an incoming manager since Terry Venables, and that was exciting, man. That was, you know, because not that we did all right in David Pleat 80, 86, 87, and then we went to total shit. And then Terry Venables came in and bit by bit started. He built something all right there before they moved him upstairs and all that crap happened. But no, I think Ange could go down as one of he could, you know. I mean, when you look at Spurs managers, who are the best managers we've had? You've got to say like the likes of Arthur Rowe, Bill Nicholson, Keith Birkinshaw. They're the, you know, I suppose they're the holy trinity. There might be some others, you know, earlier than 1951 that I'm not too familiar with, of course. But I think Ange could, you know, maybe get a place on that Mount Rushmore if he does something special. I genuinely believe he's that good a coach. I really do. Okay, let me just see. I've got a text here from the mate. Just let me know. Okie dokie. I have got to sign off for now. I've got things to do. But thanks for joining me for this quick little impromptu thing. I'll just get around and just do the rest of the comments. If we play better football and qualify for Euro next season, that's enough for me this season. From there, massive unrealistic expectations. Can't help myself. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Bugger it. It's football. It's a good. That's why we dream. Wayne Bonner, I want the FA Cup. Desperate to win it again and bring it back home. Yes, man. I'd like the League Cup and top 5, 6. But yeah, what the hell, man? Fifth will do for Champions League. That's all we got to do. It's like, yeah, you can finish bloody 5th in your league and have a shot at being European champions. It's a joke. Devalued it. Yeah, we're all over the moon. Who knows? All right, folks. Well, thanks for joining me for this little quick one. I might be a bit. I'll probably be around a bit later after after I've seen my mate and stuff like that. But thanks for joining me. It's been a lot of fun as usual. And as always, go on you Spurs.